Hello, welcome everybody. This is my vlog here on YouTube, Truth Emotion Studios. I would like to share something with you today and show you what I'm talking about. So one way that my cult leaders would abuse me, and basically that was the system, they would quote Jesus and say that unless the seed falls into the ground and dies, it won't bring much fruit. So you can see if you are a control person and want to manipulate people for your own purposes, you can use that verse and really drive home the point that whatever it is that they say is standing between you and bringing much fruit, that has to go, it has to die. And unless that goes, you will be basically pointless and worthless and fruitless in the kingdom of God. You know what? That way I have died to many things, and it was incredibly painful, and to be honest with you, I don't know that I ever actually got rid of anything that way. It certainly messed up my mental health and it felt more, it felt like emotional rape, to be honest with you. When someone is trying to get you to see what they're seeing and agree with you, or else, you know, like you're in big trouble, not just in trouble with them, but in trouble with God, and you'll be pointless in the kingdom of God. So here I'm walking around the yard, and I've picked up a nice little hobby, and that is called finding seedlings. And so I've been just finding little seedlings. I can show you a little bit closer. This is a tiny little, I'll show you once I have it dug out. We're under an oak, so the question really isn't what kind of seed is it, but it's very likely an oak, just because it fell from under an oak, or was dug in the ground here and buried by a squirrel that forgot it. But I want to show you something here to talk about that verse a little bit more. Let's look at that. Ooh! See that? I just undug this. So apparently when acorn falls into the ground and becomes fruitful, germinates, it has, first thing that comes out of it is roots. So before this little stem comes up, there's roots. It opens up. You see that? How the acorn opened up? You know why it opened up? Because the conditions were right. There wasn't someone on the outside hammering with a hammer or some other violent tool yelling at it until it finally died and opened up. No. Looking at this, and when you read a little bit about it, with the right conditions, moisture and cold or cool air, so this is shade, it's perfect, this happens naturally, it happens organically, it happens without anyone doing or saying anything. And this is life. I don't see death looking at this. I see life. I see, if you want to totally change here from these are things that can't talk or feel, at least not the way we know. This opened up out of freedom because the conditions were right. It trusted the ground. It set out its little roots. It decided this was a good place to trust and to set roots, and then the stem came out naturally. So quite honest with you, I don't even know what the point of death is. When I looked at it a little closer, it's very likely that Jesus doesn't mean death in the sense of, you know, this thing is dead. It's more, it changes into something that can produce life. And do I believe in that? You bet I believe in that. But it's something you cannot force. You can't manipulate or control or coerce people into opening up and being fruitful or having the trust to do any of these things. You can't control that from so that the outcome that you're hoping for will happen. So I wish I would have known that years ago, but I know it now, and I think it's very, very, very beautiful. I will replant this now because this will, as soon as the lawnmower comes over again in this area, will be over. So I will replant it somewhere where it has a chance to live a full life. With all that, I would like to release you back into your day, and I hope that you are blessed abundantly and that you're discovering that the good news are so much better than we thought.